I need my beach. Can't bar the people who born here, born and bred here, robbing them of their birthright. This is our birthright.
For generations, Jamaicans have walked these shores freely. But today, access is increasingly restricted. Just 1% of beach space is free and accessible for those to use.
Accessing the hotel or the amenities, just the beach with that pass.
So is Jamaica for Jamaicans or is Jamaica for the Canadians and the Americans and the Europeans? Who is Jamaica for?
Fences all the way from the land, all the way into the water.
From walls in the ocean to legal loopholes, Jamaica's battle for beach access has become a fight between local communities and powerful interests over who gets to enjoy the island's coastline.
A group of friends tried to access the Blue Lagoon very early in the morning, and they were greeted by police with guns.
And after recent hurricanes reshape parts of Jamaica's coastline, campaigners say pressure on coastal communities is only growing.
You can't say you're a fisherman if you don't have a beach.
The beaches aren't just recreation, they are identity, history, and livelihood.
The government decides who gets to the beach, and the government doesn't look after the people properly. It looks after big business, overseas hotel owners, and private individuals.
We head to beaches across the island to hear different perspectives.
This conversation about free beaches, I think is kind of old.
So the people now have to rise up and defend what is their own.
And talk to the people using their platform to make a difference.
It's very simple. It's just like Daddy's song. it's like one love, one beach.
This is Jamaica's fight to reclaim its beaches. We've been investigating beach access in Jamaica for around a year. Long before recent hurricanes brought fresh attention to the coastline, campaigners were warning that public beaches were disappearing. And one place kept on coming up in conversation: Bob Marley Beach. Bob Marley Beach sits in Bull Bay on Jamaica's southeast coast. For generations, local families have gathered here. Fishermen launch their boats from the shore, surfers ride some of the island's best waves, and members of the Rastafarian community have long considered it part of their home.
I'm born and grow here, you know, from a little child. Other parents and me there, grandparents and my parents. But what I go on here now is that the government them have an interest in the place. Bob usually day here, run up and down, kick ball.
The beach takes its name from reggae legend Bob Marley, who called this his favourite stretch of coastline. Today, it's become the focus of a dispute between campaigners, local residents and developers. A hotel group is lobbying the government to build a luxury resort here.
But you just want to come down and kick away the local poor man now. I don't know that. So, me beg to the Prime Minister or any minister for that. So the people now have to rise up and defend what is their own.
For many people, the concern isn't simply about losing a beach. It's about losing a place that's woven into the history of the community.
I was a beach baby, I was a seawater baby. And literally, my mom makes jokes that I was baptized in the sea. Not having that accessible to people, that's hard. That's worrisome to me.
As we travelled across Jamaica, it became clear that this wasn't just a story about one beach. Again and again, we heard concerns about access to the coastline. And nowhere was that expressed more clearly than by one woman we met while filming.
I need my beach. So you came here, you wanted to talk about the beach space.
I need my beach. Without my beach, I cannot walk. This is what helped me to walk on my legs. Where I come here for my exercises.
And what would it mean to you if this beach was taken away?
Well, I would go a cripple and just sit down at home and vegetate. I don't want to vegetate at home. Yeah.
And do you feel like this is a threat to you?
It is a threat to us if they take away the beach. I come here twice a week to get some exercise in my leg. I'm a survivor, cancer survivor, and I need the exercise for me to,
Yeah, exactly. And why do you not go to that beach over there?
That beach over there? Isn't it because they're coordinating off and they don't want us commoners to come over there? Isn't that so? Well, we have to pay.
Yeah.
Why would I have to pay for free water here? I wouldn't want to pay for free water. They don't own nothing, you know. This is God's creation.
The beach he's talking about isn't Bob Marley Beach. It's Puerto Seco, more than an hour away. When we started looking into Puerto Seco and other beaches around the island, we wanted to understand whether these were isolated disputes or part of a wider trend. Campaigners told us the problem stretches across the entire coastline. According to campaigners, only a small percentage of Jamaica's coastline remains freely accessible to the public. Many beaches are attached to hotels, private developments, or attachments that charge entry fees. And while the law says people should be able to access the foreshore, campaigners claim reality on the ground often looks different.
This morning,
5 policemen and one with a big old rifle.
what did they say?
They said we cannot come and swim here.
We, the people, only have access to 2.8 miles, right, of the coastline, is beaches that are accessible to the public. So that is a mere 0.06%, right, of public beaches that are accessible. Countries like, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, we see all these St. Kitts, Grenada, that their people can access their beaches freely. It really paints the picture of, landlessness.
So how did Jamaica get here? To understand that, we head to Montego Bay, the heart of the country's tourism industry. Tourism is one of Jamaica's biggest industries. Every year, millions of visitors come to the island's beaches, generating billions of dollars for the economy. But roughly 1/3 to 1/2 of tourism spending is often estimated to leave the island. And campaigners say development has come at a cost.
So you're from the local area?
Yes, I'm actually from the White House community down the road from here.
What is going on with this beach?
Sanders want to take it over, and we're trying our very best to keep it for the 3 communities around here to have access to use it.
This beach has become the focus of a campaign against plans by Sandals Resorts to build luxury overwater bungalows nearby. Residents say they're fighting to protect one of its last public beaches in the area.
The fight is going okay. Not a lot of people, but because Sandals, they're so powerful, so a lot of people just say, hey, we can't fight Sandals, so leave them alone. But there's some of us who believe in what we believe in, and we have to stand up for what our ancestors have gone through and fight for us to be free and have free access to our country.
Campaigners argue the issue goes beyond tourism. They say Jamaica's beach access laws still reflect a system that prioritises private interests over public use.
The problem is that Jamaica's coastline is controlled by the 1956 Beach Control Act, which is a colonial law brought in before independence, but which hasn't been repealed. And it means that the government decides who gets to the beach. And the government doesn't look after the people properly. It looks after big business, overseas hotel owners, and private individuals.
We contacted the Jamaican government on multiple occasions to ask for its position on beach access, but received no response. The government has previously said that it's committed to enhancing public beach access and investing in more public beaches while promoting sustainable tourism development. One person who's become increasingly vocal about the issue is Cedella Marley. The daughter of Bob Marley says beaches aren't just pieces of land. They're part of Jamaica's cultural identity.
Our people deserve better. And the one thing is that it's free. It was given to us by God. And now it's being taken away by man. And who does that?
Campaigners hope a series of court challenges could help clarify public rights of access. But after months of reporting, it became clear that not everybody sees this as a crisis. Some Jamaicans told us the debate is overblown, and others argue without private investment, many beaches would simply fall into decline. In Montego Bay, Harmony Beach offers a very different picture. The public beach has become a popular gathering place for residents and visitors alike.
This conversation about free beaches, I think it's kind of old. If you want to find a beach, you can find one, in my opinion.
Others point out that many privately operated beaches provide facilities that local authorities have struggled to maintain. Puerto Seco is often cited as an example. Once a community beach, it's now a managed attraction with restaurants, water sports, and an entrance fee. This paid beach manager claimed the developers are needed to protect beaches from theft and vandalism.
Facilities that may be built, they go in and they steal all of the fixtures out of it. So it has to be managed for the value that we're giving persons when they come there. It comes at a cost. Obviously, we didn't do this investment to not make money, but I know at the very least we want to be able to continue to maintain the property at a high standard, and that's costly.
Supporters argue developments like this improve safety, cleanliness, and visitor experience. Critics say that they gradually place more of Jamaica's coastline beyond the reach of ordinary Jamaicans. While we were making this documentary, another challenge emerged. A series of hurricanes and severe storms renewed concerns about Jamaica's coastline. Campaigners told us the pressure on coastal communities is increasing, and they fear the fight over beach access could become even more complicated in the years ahead.
And using the Hurricane Melissa in a disaster capitalism way to now advance their goals and objective to take valuable coastal lands. They propose this policy, which they are terming the Beach Access Management Policy of 2026. And in that policy, the government basically presents what its view on Jamaicans and their rights to their beaches. And the act state that we will not give you unfettered rights. We will not give you fundamental rights. What we, the government, will do, will give you what is called a qualified right.
Supporters say the new powers are needed to help rebuild valuable communities and protect Jamaica from future storms. But campaigners argue that they could also accelerate the loss of public access to the coastline.
They don't understand what it means to love your country before self. That means that you understand that you are invested with the authority to use our resources, but not to sell them.
Even if all of the beach are not going to be free, would like just leave us with something then that we could survive off of, you know?
It's a debate about climate resilience, about development, about tourism. But for the people we've met over the past year, it's also deeply personal.
This is God's creation. We shouldn't sell them off. I'm not saying they can't have the private section, but they can't bar the people who bought here, born and bred here, robbing them of their birthright. This is our birthright. And we're supposed to enjoy God's creation, our birthright.